My experience with roadkill came at an early age. I was a little girl riding in the back seat of the car on a long family trip from Kentucky to South Carolina. "Let's play the counting game," my older sister Charlotta said. I'd played this game before. What you do is pick an object and then count that object all the way to your destination. The key to winning is to pick an object that you've got a good chance to see a lot of, like a water tower or a school bus, not something like a three-legged dog. I think my brother Mike picked that one year, so he wouldn't have to play along. This particular year, I chose to count green cars. Charlotta picked towns beginning with the letter C. Mike chose tractors. Remember, we were driving from Kentucky to South Carolina through Tennessee. My little sister, Sherilyn, said, "I'm going to count dead hogs in the road." Remember, we were driving from Kentucky to South Carolina through Tennessee. I believe she counted 3. I'm all grown up now, and wouldn't you know it, I live in Tennessee, home of tractors and dead hogs. The state that passed a roadkill law a few years ago, which basically says if you kill it with your car, you can keep it. I can remember all the hoopla in the local news when this law was debated. Someone actually went out and made some video of Tennessee roadkill. What I learned from that video is that there is no decent way to photograph a squashed possum. I still have a nightmarish image of one of the creatures splayed out flat on its back, its body racked, and its pink tongue lolling out the side of its mouth. Then one day, just outside of Cincinnati, I think, I had an epiphany. There are days when I feel just like that squashed possum. I totally identified with the roadkill. Telling jokes around the country, believe it or not, is hard work. I have to fly for hours. I have to take a bus for days. I have to walk up steep stairs in skinny heels. In short, I sometimes take a beating. I get squashed and sideswiped and, well, you get the picture. Yet with all the trials and tribulations on the road, every now and then I'll get run over by a victory, a moment when God comes down and shows His glory. That's what keeps me going. The road has been tender to me and brutal to me. Perhaps it has been to you as well. I've traveled many miles, but you don't always have to travel a long ways from home to find a struggle, do you? Perhaps you're feeling a bit like roadkill yourself, from laps you take to and from work, from running family errands in the minivan, or from calorie-burning strolls through your neighborhood. The road's the road, right? One night on the road, I began to write back to my family about what I had seen and learned, the good, the bad, and the ugly. At first I called these my letters to home. Boring. Then one day, with my tongue lolling out to the side and my body travel-weary, I referred to my letter as the Roadkill Report. The name stuck. My tour bus is 41 feet long and 20 tons of steel, plastic, and faux wood. On a bus, you can eat, sleep, and shower at 70 miles per hour. If that isn't a recipe for roadkill, I don't know what is. On a moving bus, things break. Dishes, TVs, bones. On a bus, things smell. I won't list what I think those might be. On a bus, you fall asleep at night in one town and wake up hundreds of miles away in another town. Who knows what you may have run over along the way? More than once I've lain in my bunk, toes pointed up, body racked with fatigue, tongue poking out. It was all I could do to crawl to a keyboard and type out a note to home. I began to collect addresses from you guys while I was on the road, so I was able to share my adventures with more and more of you through my Roadkill Reports. For those of you who've read some of them already, you may remember some of the stories about the people I've met along the way, found in the section titled Traveling Companions, and about a few bumps in the road that we made it over only by the grace of God. Many of you have written back and blessed me with stories about how you've been blessed by my stories. I often refer to you as my big, happy roadkill family. If you're interested in joining this family, the qualifications aren't that tough.